Alright friends, let's do it together now. Here they have given the number of shares, they have given the market price per share, they have given the beta, and they have given the expected dividend yield. Friends, from this we can find out two hidden information. We can find out the total market value and we can also find out the total dividend amount. We can also find out the weighted average beta. So three things can be found out from this table. Let us do it one by one. Let's write down working note number one, total market value and weighted average beta. This can be found out. I'll give a heading called as investment. Investment. Here you will have what you will have number of shares. Number of shares. Then you will have the market price per share. You will have the market value. From this we can find out the weight beta. We can find out beta into weight. Friends, I'll show you one. Remaining you will do it on your own and tell me the answer. Okay. For one it is 60,000, 80,000, 1 lakh, and the last one is what? 1,35,000. MPS is for example 4.29. So this will turn out to be 2,57,400. Okay, like this you will find out everything, get the total and take the weight. Once you get the weight, you have got the beta over here as 1.16. Beta into weight will give you the weighted average beta. I'll give you 2 minutes time. Can you do this and let me know in the chat box what is the answer for this one question? Please do it, friends. You, friends, please put the answer in the chat box. I'm waiting for that. Okay. Come in a minute. Okay, do you get the answer as 1.46? And what about the overall market value? Here I get the answer as 1.46. And what about the overall market value? Can you tell me? Is that turning out to be 11 lakh 500? Okay. Once you get this, I'll go to the next working note now. I can find out the total dividend amount. Okay. The total dividend amount will again be investment, market value, dividend yield. From this we can find out the dividend amount. Okay. So first, for example, I will go Roman number 1. What is the market value that we have found out over here? Is it turning out to be 2,57,400? Okay. And what about the yield? I believe the yield is 19.50 percentage. Okay. It will be 257,400 into 19.5 percentage. It will turn out to be how much? 50,193. Like this, can you do the remaining and tell me what is the total you get? The total should be 2,46,282. I'll give you a minute. Can you write down this in your books now, friends? Thank you, Anushri. Thank you, Aksh, for the response. Alright, friends. Have you all put up till here in your books now? Okay. Uh, you should get this answer. Maybe you're still doing it. Let them finish. I'll give you a minute more, after which I'll go to the next part. Okay. Someone please chat and let me know so that the pace at which we are going should be at par. Alright, friends, everybody is clear with this. So we got 246,282. Now let's read the question. Okay, RM is given as 19% and 11% is turning out to be the RF. Alright, now they're asking you to calculate the XYZ short term investment portfolio relative to that of the market. Friends, this question by itself is actually not a comfortable question. Basically, they are asking you to find out the beta. And friends, we have actually found out the beta already. Okay, have you not got the overall beta as 1.46? So this question is slightly illogical. The way Institute has solved this is based on some assumptions which doesn't make sense, at least to me. So I would share with you my opinion. Actually, the beta we have got as how much? 1.46, which means for every 1% change in the market, portfolio will change by how much? Can you tell me? 1.46. Can you write down this in your books now, friends? All right, everybody is clear with this part? All right, fine. Thank you, Akshay. Thank you, Ramya. I'll go to the next part now. Okay, so here it's 19% and here it's 11%. I will now tell you how the institute has solved this. Okay, institute has found out the next working note actual return of the portfolio. And to find out the actual return of the portfolio, what the institute has done is they have used the total D1. How much is the total dividend that you got over here? Was it 2,46,282? They took the dividend amount 2,46,282. And point number B will be market value. Will be market value that turns out to be how much? Was it 11,500,000? Right? From this, they found out the return. This is actually not the return. This is actually dividend yield. D1 divided by P0. So they are assuming that dividend yield is equal to the actual return. It will be 246,282 divided by 11,500,000. So I get the answer as how much? 22.38% is the dividend yield which I get over here. Alright. And I write down over here, it is assumed that return and dividend yield is the same. Friends, actually what is the formula for finding out the return? It is P1 minus P0 plus D1 divided by P0. Am I right? Here what they have done is they have ignored this part and they have taken only D1 divided by P0 because in this question P1 is not given. But ideally there will be a P1 also which should be considered, or P0 has to be given. So can you write down this in your books now? I believe the audio is clear to all of you. Let me just check the audio quality. There is a little echo is what I understand. 1 minute, I'll just try reducing the echo. The echo should come down now. Please confirm, okay? Please write down till here also in your books, friends. Okay. Alright friends, I believe you have put up till here. After they did this, they are assuming that 22.38%, is that the answer what we have got? That is assumed to be the CAPM return. That is assumed to be the CAPM return. From this, they made a formula. 22.38% is equal to RF. Have they given RF in the question? How much is RF? 11 plus some beta into RM is given as how much? 19 minus 11. Okay. So from this beta is what they are calling it as required beta. Okay. So let's just do this together now. So what's the answer I'll get? It will be 1.42 is the answer what I'll get over here. Can you write down this in your books? Alright friends, have you all got this answer in your books? Now they're asking calculate the short-term investment portfolio risk compared to that of the market. The next working note they give a heading short-term portfolio risk compared to the market. Okay, so here what they have done is they have written down the actual beta. What is the actual beta? We have got 1.46. Then they write down what is the required beta, that is 1.42. And then they say since actual beta is greater than the required beta, overall market is, so overall the portfolio is riskier than required. Friends, actually this doesn't make sense. You don't need to do it this way. But unfortunately, since the study material is working out in this manner, I have to follow the same thing. Can you write down this also in your books now? Alright friends, have you all put up till here in your books now? Fine. After this, what is the second requirement that you are having? Whether X, Y, Z should change the composition of its portfolio. This is the second question. So they are asking, next working note, whether X, Y, Z should change the portfolio. Friends, that is decided by whether you should buy or sell. That is found out using alpha. What is the formula for alpha? Expected return minus required return. So draw a table now, particulars. Expected return. What is the second one? Required return. Alpha, and from this alpha you should take the action. Okay, so point number one, for example, what is the first security that we are having over here? Is it investment number one? Okay, for investment number one, what is the expected return? They are taking the dividend yield as the expected return. Again, they are assuming, these are the confusions in this question. Dividend yield is assumed to be what? Expected return. Alright, so Roman number one, it will be 19.5% is the expected return. Required return can be found out using CAPM. So what is the formula for that? 11 plus, what is the beta for the security? 1.16 into RM minus RF. 19.5 minus 11, you get the answer as 8.5. Okay, so what will be the answer? 8.5 into 1.16 plus 11 will be 20.86 percentage. So the alpha would now be 19.5 minus 20.86, that is minus 1.36. Alpha is positive or negative? Negative means what are you supposed to do? You are supposed to sell. Can you write down this in your books now, friends? Friends, like this, you will do the remaining on your own. Okay, tell me the answer in the chat box. Friends, have you got the answer now?